Hello everyone, and welcome to another video of Mindusty. Where as I wait for the logistics network to pump this core full of, well, any amount of supplies, I'm just gonna quickly go over some of the, hey, rocks, plans. So, you guys voted for me to also capture the nuclear production complex's surroundings, and well, it does make me a bit nervous. Some of these sectors can be pretty dang devastating, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll give it my all. Why is that off? Guess we never remember to plug it back in. Huh. But yeah, so you guys voted for me to capture a nuclear production complex, and frankly, that's probably not the worst idea. Even looking at the units I have, maybe using some rain, topics, stuff like that could be pretty good. I've used all the aircrafts. But I'm pretty certain some of these surrounding sectors are, well, compared to doing something like 222 or 85 are actually not only a worse map to capture, being, well, nuclear production complex, but also, well, substantially more work. And I don't necessarily want to make this series 15 times longer as much as I've been enjoying it, but we'll take a look. Now, hopefully our core has resources. That's what the logistics network can fix. Let's start on 70. I mean, it's only extreme area, not eradicate, so it's probably gonna be okay. Yeah, see, it's pretty damn built, isn't it? Oh, there's there's even a foreshadow. Honestly, I'm kind of just confused. If that makes sense. Like, when I went to 69, they only had thorium walls to my memory, and pretty sparse, infrastructure. Well, this is not an eradicate. Oh well, it's probably gonna be okay. It's a term known as wishful thinking, by the way. Could do this with the core. Or so, yes. I mean, I can always just fortify, so it's not too bad, but I might want to make this one a little bit faster than the rest. Now, what unit should I push on this sector with? I think we've used fortresses, and building tier 5s takes a bit of a very long eternity to do. So, I've honestly not used the scepters. Is that how you say it? In ages. Much I've kind of never used them before. What the hell? We can use them. But yeah, I could also go and capture the naval fortress, but I'm just sort of expecting these maps to have limited water features, being at the more glacial area of the map. Pretty much right next to the North Pole, so besides, the equator and its vast quantities of moisture, I kind of feel like, Arctics probably aren't good for boats. Sorry if I seem a bit scattered while recording this. I know I probably seem that way, but honestly, I'm not sure why. And the funny thing is, I'm actually recording this on a Monday instead of after the upload time of, well, after it's finished uploading. Or, like, after the upload time. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, considering the difficulty that sector seems to be, implying, I probably should, not kind of just, leave it there unprotected. So, core's gotta be built. That's right, one. Let's get some defense. Yes. Mostly need a space for power, but seemingly there's not many good spaces for it. But that's probably fine. We'll just pull a second unloader and build it forwards. Because when has a giant fireball ever gone wrong in this? Don't want to hear it? That was a poly problem. Yes. How do I feel like defending this? Tried and true seems pretty good. Also, that hallway seems like it's gonna have quite the units going through. But also possibly not. In fact, I can ensure nothing will really come through this area with a single wall. Well, maybe not sure, but if I know how the pathfinding of this game works, a singular wall such as that is enough to convince the enemy units to take a longer path. I mean, it's less defense, right? And if not, I'll see an air unit. Two air units. Okay, I think I got three. I get the memo. Walls are not really going to cut it, are they? That's kind of a lot, isn't it? In fact, I have yet to actually do anything, and I think I just died. Wait, polys. Those are flares, far from polys. It's not a good time. Fortunately, flak is incredibly broken in this game. But the fact that there's a seemingly endless stream of flares heading my way, and that, don't bode well. It's almost like Indic thought of this, and is actually going to put up with it. Great. Well, that's what more flak is for, and I've yet to produce any power. I think that's a good wake-up call to what's going on here. Put some armor. Come on, build speed, don't fail me now. Oh, right, belt speed. No, stay alive, stay alive. Ah, crap. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, gosh. I'd love to do that, but can't. New strategy, just build it behind it and wait for the core to distract it. Oh wait, the core is explosive, I forgot. Wait. Well, I killed it. And there goes everything else I've built. Okay, these guys seemingly aren't going to play too nicely. Let's try this again, but properly this time. And unfortunately, this is simply not a poly problem. Those are also not unloaders, those were lights. I'm sorry. It's gonna be one of these, isn't it? Now, I had a slight bout of this at, well, the last time I did planetary launch, or my first time of planetary launch, well, I have no ammo. Now, Metaglass should be usable. Do you think they're smart? I think the best option is to grab some lead. Apparently enough to make the number change. And to do this the older-fashioned way. Scatters are always good, you know. At least against flares. Stop doing that. I have an idea. Why are you guys here? Stop it. Lead. That's gonna be a problem, isn't it? I have to be ready for them to breach. So it goes a little bit scatters. That sounds like my motivation dropping. These things are incredibly dumb. Somehow that worked. Oh, are you kidding? So we're dealing with 4 factories and that. Anyone else would like to make themselves clear? I'm taking requests. Oh, there's 2 of them. Clearly blueprinted, but lovely. I don't even know why you would push this area. It seems to do nothing. Yet it's extremely defended. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think these sectors are worth it. Especially for the nuclear production complex. Probably should have taken a gander before saying I would, but yeah. I'll see what I can do. Fortunately, their brains are kind of small as flares. Poor wall. Oh, and it's... Yay. How are you guys running from me for? I'm not sure why they're so insistent about outranging me in every possible corner, but hey, they are. Gun? Guess not. That might make this place a little harder to expand into, but maybe a bit of turret grouping to fix it. Hopefully. Oh my gosh, I made it worse. It sounded like a wave counter, and I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear what I think I heard. Oh my goodness. Doing something I think they can keep these sectors. The fact that I have to turret creep in my own base is kind of a good way of convincing me that this probably isn't worth the investment. And they want to explode. And not me, apparently. Okay, noted. Armored conveyor is good. Very good. My goodness. Out. The number of enemies counter is actually increasing rather than decreasing at this point. Yeah, so I wouldn't exactly say this is making for good content. Let me be a bit more clear about that. Enjoyable recording. Not be a nuisance. No, I do damage. Not enough, it seems. Really had to shoot at me directly. At least on the bright side, that's progress. Never mind. Those are explosives. Okay, this isn't even an eradicate something, this is. Now keep in mind the wall hasn't even been built. You know, the initial thing is right. Ah. So that's gonna be a problem. Why did... I'm going to start unit production, whether or not the game wants me to or not. And we're gonna be making Xenophone. They have 4 shadows. You're gonna need some serious units for this too. So you know what? We are just gonna end up building, I don't know, like Corvuses or something? No, because they need firepower. So top Hixes. You know, I'm done. How convenient they put coal next to me. Not power, mind you, just coal. I mean, coal is power, but we can also just burn copious quantities of oil out in the exposed, where it can blow up at any damn second it wants. Do I have a power source that isn't prone to exploding? Yes, actually, I do. Or I could just say, screw it, I don't like this sector anyways, and it has 2 invading sectors, technically 3, and just use radiator reactors. Look, I already know I called these things out for being bad, but they have their use case. By use case, I mean I no longer feel like doing this properly, so I'm fine if I have to destroy some, land. And by some, I mean, like, all of it. Just being honest, they kind of do a good job of, well, producing power at any cost. So we'll put some down here. I mean, this should be plenty of power. That ammo belt's moving with a lot of momentum. Thank goodness these things are just built different, aren't they? Goodness. That's slightly alarming. We should probably be focusing up on the wall a little bit. And they've made it this way as well. This is what that router was built for. Rocks. Yet, believe it or not, even with my 0 amount of care on this thing, it's still not dead. Because these weapons are built correctly. Unfortunately, that won't stop the enemies from, well, taking pop shots at it, so, anti-pop-shotting measures will be built. Preferably before this becomes incinerated. Surprisingly done. Okay, power time. Power takes power to produce power, so I think I might just set some things on fire and call it sufficient for now. At the same time, we're going to need a bridge. So I can put it down here. Alternatively, I could put it down here. Do some of this shenanigan. Look, this belt's been draining fast. It's probably not going to be a big problem. If I make a little bit of space. Now I need to start thinking about the waste products. There we go. So the thing about these things, waste products, is they're incredibly dangerous, and if you mismanage them just slightly, you kind of lose everything you have. So, in an effort to not do that, I'm going to be making a pretty damn large waste pipe, which I know is absolutely going to get shot at and destroyed, but that's what routers were invented for, I guess. Or not. Turns out we're out of copper of all things. It's just never really been relevant to produce so much until just now. how much fluid do these take each? 10? This thing produces, what, 6? So I'm gonna need 4. Fine. It's fine, we can install them here. After I put down some of my crazy good cryo blow setup. Bro. Unfortunately, however, this takes up a lot of vertical space. And I do, unfortunately, mean a lot of it. Which I can probably get away with, actually. Knock these down in favor of the mixers, and just 2 of these should be plenty. Thank goodness. Damn, that's fast. Fortunately, it's completely stable when not actually put the correct resource. Because, well, this is a product of good design. 2 for 24, which, yeah, whatever. Now gonna actually need oil, not water. And for the sake of, well, time and, well, enjoyability, I will be using something a little bit like this. Yes. I'm just gonna assume these don't use as much as I think they do, and I'm gonna also imagine my enemies have not breached the front lines because they actually haven't. Right, then. Okay, that's like a plentiful amount of oil. If that's not enough, I really don't want to think about how much I'm actually going to have to burn. Believe it or not, that's actually the basis of what we'll need. Now, just to produce a little bit of copper shortage. I mean, no one said it wouldn't work if I hand drilled it, did they? Allegedly, this unit actually has a mining laser as its only weapon, so I'd say it's a fitting enough purpose. Radiator oil. Perfect. Thank gosh something I designed actually works properly. But we're gonna need a lot more power, and that involves waste dumping. And they've already started taking pop shots at it, so I'm not exactly inclined to try and, you know, work with them on this, but oh well. Still dealing with a severe copper shortage. To the degree I'm starting to realize I probably should have a copper mine somewhere else. Whatever. They're becoming a bit more aggressive, honestly. That's using a lot of thorium. It's probably fine. Yeah, they've thinned that down quite a bit. Great. This gun has a very important purpose, and yet I don't really care about its long-term health. Funny how that is with toxic waste. Technically radioactive waste, but know, I never actually considered that a problem until just now. Oh, that's a problem. One goes up, another went down. Time to, I guess, supposedly fix this. Great. Now look what it wants. Yeah, copper drill seemingly very necessary. And I would love to step out just to make a whole copper mine, except the premise of having 35 enemies on the map at any given time is, I know this might be shocking, but not too appealing. The guns are pretty close to the time. Wait, it's distracted. Yes! Line secured. I also probably should have started this. It's a bygone era at this point. Better walls. And if doable, mender, but I'm broke. Okay. Actual copper production. Some might say this is inefficient, I just say I'm lazy. Not a clue where those units will be built, but I'm really tired of hand-feeding copper. Oh, so tired. Apparently not enough, though. Where are my lights? Sectors. This is not a nice sector. There we go, that's enough copper. Gee, I hope. Oh, and there's summoning a top picks up. Fucking perfect. Okay, well, that's a wave, like, what? 22 top picks up? Yeah, that's just straight up dandy. I have 90 power per second, plenty more waiting. I suppose why not just produce a copious quantity of power? If this base is gonna burn, I want it to leave a permanent scar on the map. Ew. Please stop. Boom. Power acquired. Again, this thing's basically just a fireball waiting to detonate, so, yeah. Now I can actually get started on the fun part. And no, importing a copious quantity of copper wasn't the fun part. I guess not importing, but just... yeah. And deconstruct the one that's actually supplying it last. Okay, time to start. I'm moving the drill. Fun fact, Topics is the only unit to, in the game to actually take just straight up coal in its recipe. It's a 10 coal, which is not much, and yeah, I know Silicon's using substantially more. It's used the actually useful recipe, but still. Time for menders. Yeah. Jeez. This is actually just hell. This is not exactly what I'd consider having a fun time playing Mindusty. What's happening? Okay, new plan. Water. No reason not to at this point. Fire rate is plenty. Doesn't even have sound. But hey, water should make this more bearable. And this ground sucks for water extreme. Whatever. Ew. That's not changed at all. Just move it away from the base, please. Thank you. So waste has been dealt with, power has been overproduced. Now it's just unit production. Yay. Unit production. That's a problem. Turns out I don't have enough space. Not nearly enough space. Or cryofluid. So the rest of the units will have to be built down here. So that surge alloy I haven't even imported yet. Oh my gosh. Time to get some surge alloy. That does have surge alloy. Sorry, where surge alloy? Exporting. Why are we not exporting surge alloy from these surge alloy launch pads? Thanks. Hopefully these units aren't, too unruly. Primarily silicone, please. Anything. I'll probably put down a box and say that's good enough. It's good enough. This. Yes, no routing my base is a nightmare? Why do you ask? Silicone, silicone, not silicone goes in the box. Well, no one said anything wrong with hand-fed units. Well, I mean, it's plenty, but we'll gloss over it. We need to actually move said units. Crap. Yeah, we'll just tear down the wall. It's not like it's, you know, very important or anything. Expand our units yet. Thank you. Copper's out. And copper's back. Thought I would catch that bitch. Why do I hear arcs? Oh my god. Can you guys leave the nuclear waste alone? How about you guys actually take a second handful of it? I hear it's very good for you. Oh my god. Listen, it's worked once before. I don't even know what sector that was. It's probably something I don't care too much about. Oh, yeah. I don't care too much about that. Hi, can you, like, help, maybe? I don't know. I didn't want to make you, so... You, I guess, were an accident? Hey, honestly, you know what? Your life is substantially safer than if you weren't upgraded, so, you're welcome? In a weird way? Think about it. Technically, yes. Hey, look, their, long-lost cousin is here. I would love to stop building units that I'm not using, but you know what? It's safer this way. Go on, be free. Don't let my base ruin your existence. I mean, they're honestly not too expensive, so I'm not too irritated. I'm just a little bit mad at the game itself on this. Now I hear what you're saying is, how do you plan to even, you know, get the resources to these? And, it's a good question, actually. I suppose there's nothing wrong with using mass drivers, after all. I mean, come on. Plainly, mass drivers are an easy answer to any problem in this game. Have I run out of resources, or is it just that slow to build? We both know that, don't we? Something tells me one gun won't cut it. Two are probably the best option. Hold on, look at that. I'm actually upgrading the base. Again. Defenses. Again. Something tells me I might want to. Or polys. Either one. I'm gonna, skip so I don't have corruption here. Hold on.